Well, hello friends. Today we are going to look at some bug reports that we got because there have been a lot of bug reports coming in lately and I love bug reports. They make it so easy to choose what to do next because you should probably just fix bugs. So here is, I got a lot of ones from this guy Dan Boyd, I don't know how you pronounce that, but these are really high quality bug reports. So let's just get cracking on one of them. Maybe this one sounds kind of straightforward. Apart from channel icon doesn't do anything, and the IRC client. Let's first, I suppose we can, well, we're gonna have to build first actually, but we should confirm that it doesn't work. And meanwhile, while it's building, we can try to look it up. We have that here, apart from channel. Yeah, I can imagine why this doesn't work if this is everything that we do in the callback. All right, so how do we actually part from a channel? I haven't been working on the IRC client for a long time, so I guess it's probably the same way here where we implement the join action. Oh, actually, let me close the sidebar, and let me close this mode selector as well. Give ourselves some more screen space. Okay, so the way that we handle the join action here is that we create an input box and then run that, and then we call mclient handle join action. So I'm guessing the correct thing to do here is just going to be mclient handle part action, and then we need a string. Which channel should we part? But I think we should just part. How should it work? Like, I guess like the currently open one is what I'm thinking. That would make the most sense. Because like allowing you to, it would be weird if we like pop up a thing asking like, hey, which channel would you like to part from? Because you have a channel that's open, right? Let me show you what the UI looks like. All right, so here, oh, I wonder if this is gonna be slow. No, it wasn't. Okay, so we'll just join the state. I mean, we can use the interface actually. So join, we'll join test, and now we are in the test channel here. Hello, folks. But now part from channel doesn't do anything. So this should clearly not pop up a window, but it should rather just part this channel here. I think that's the right thing to do. So let's look at doing that. How do we know what's the current channel? I don't exactly remember how this thing works, so we're gonna have to look that up. So we're in the IRC app window. And what do we have in the app window? We have a bunch of actions. We have a window list, which is a table view. I guess that's probably this one here is the window list. And we have a stack widget with a container. So that's definitely this thing that's over here, because then when you switch between different windows here, then we're just putting a different window or different widget on top of this stack widget here. So stack widget is like it's like a stack of widgets within one window that has a Z order, and then you can move one widget to the front, which is what switching this window thing does here. So the currently selected, the currently open channel, maybe we'll have it here in the IRC client. I guess this is sort of the master object that communicates with the IRC server, and that's why it's called the IRC client. And we have a current window, which is an IRC window. And we can know if it's a server, a channel, or a query window. So I guess this here is the server window. This is a query window, although it's probably a weird implementation detail that shouldn't be a query window, but I didn't investigate that yet. And then here's a channel window. And really the main difference is that channel windows have a nickname list on the right here, whereas the server and query windows do not. Anyways, So I think that when we do the part action, we can just get the current window from the IRC client, and then we can figure out if it is a channel window, and in that case we can grab the IRC channel from it, and that will give us the name. Okay, so I think that's how we do that. So let's see, handle part action, but then we need to figure out the name here. So auto, let's start with, was it window, M client, current window. I guess, yeah, we'll do this because, or no, let's just start with this. This cannot be implicit. Yeah, we have to capture. Have to capture this, otherwise we can't use this in the Lambda. Even implicit use of this. I was writing down a list of different things you can do with Lambda captures in an email the other day, and it was really nice to like go over them again for myself, because I was a little bit confused about some of them. But I find that the more you use them, the easier it gets, obviously. But like you sort of, I don't know, it just changes the way I think about C++ a lot lately, using lambdas and choosing what to capture. I used to like always just use this to capture everything by reference, but sometimes I like to capture only specific things, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. So let's just move on. I like lambdas and captures. Current window, and if we don't have a window, then I suppose we can just return, although we should have but before it fix me here. Fix me, this action should have been disabled instead of allowing us to activate it, perhaps. Excuse me. Okay. And we can also say if not window, and if not window, type, not like that, is not IRC window, type channel. Okay, now we can get the channel, that's the window. Channel dot, we need to include that. Let's see, channel, oops, channel dot name. Oh, we don't even need the channel like this. We can just say out of name. Actually, maybe we can even just pass it straight to this guy. That seems kind of nice. So what do we actually do in handled part action though? Part channel, which does a send part, okay. Fine. Let's try it out. That didn't go well. Oh shit, we failed to resolve. Are we having some DNS problems here? Oh crap. Did I just lose my connection? I'm just gonna leave a ping running on my host machine. It seems to keep things alive. I don't know what the hell is up with that. It's just a weird problem I'm having lately. Let's try this again. Here we go. I mean, the IRC client app should probably handle DNS failure a bit more gracefully than crashing. That's a separate issue. Anyways, so let's join test. Okay, so now we're in test. First thing, let's try to part here. That doesn't do anything. Let's part this one. Okay, so check that out. We actually, I think we did part. Yeah, so we have parted from test, but we are probably, oh yeah, and then the name here goes gray. That's kind of cool. We lose the list of people who are in here. I think maybe that's what we want. Do I want it to close the... I'm thinking like, do I want this to close the window as well? But maybe it's okay that it doesn't. Let's say for now that it doesn't, and then we don't have to deal with deciding that. So let's do a quick patch review. So we needed to include IRC channel.h, that's fine. And then here we get rid of the fix me, and now we get the IRC window from the IRC client. We just ask what's your current window, and then if we say if there is no current window, or if the current window type is not a channel window, then we just have a fix me about how we should probably just disable the action instead, and then otherwise we call mclient handle part action with the window channel name. I think that's pretty good. But maybe we can do better. So let's see. Here's the part action. We could probably, when we change which window is active, let's see how we do that. Current window, call 8 get active window, which is here. So active widget. So when the stack widget's active widget changes, then we also, that's basically means that we're changing the active window. So the stack widget is the canonical source of which window is active. Then we should probably have a callback here, something like maybe like on active widget change, like that. And then we'll go look in G stack widget. That's not here. Stack widget. Oh, there you are. Okay. And active widget equal to, we only ever set it here, that's good. Then let's see, I guess if on active widget change, active widget, it's good enough, right? I think that's good. Then we can just use that hook. IRC app window. When we're setting everything up here, so set up actions, set up menus, blah blah blah. So much setup going on. I guess it's fine. Well, no, we should do it when we're setting up. Oops, when we're actually creating container. Container. This is where we'll do it. Okay, and we just want to capture this. And widget. Not like that. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to say if active widget. So we want to cast the active widget to an IRC window. Because we know that the active widget in this stack widget is always an IRC window. IRC window is just a GWidget subclass that we're using here in this program. And we know that all of the children of the stack widget are only ever going to be IRC window objects. So it's fine to cast like this. We don't have to do any checks. So say out a window, and since we already have the thing in an argument, we can do that. Not window. Well, no, hold on. If not window, that's a condition that we care about too. So let's see. Bool is open channel is there's a window, and the window type is channel type channel, and window channel is open, like that. Okay, and now finally mpart action set enabled is open channel. All right. Now will this work? I mean, I just sort of, so here's how something that I like that was happening here that I didn't mention, that I'm so used to my own way of programming at this point that I didn't actually know that window channel is open was a thing. I just assumed that that's this type of thing that I would put in there because I know the type of things that I put into something like an IRC channel. I knew that I would put is open in there. I don't know how to explain. I just sort of assumed that it would work, and it did because I have a fairly consistent way of programming. So it's really good to build habits like that, where you can end up able to trust yourself that you write your code in a consistent way all the time, so that things like this just magically work out. So I'm very happy to see that it worked out. Anyways, I probably shouldn't take all that credit until we've actually verified that this thing runs. Or not take credit, but give myself all that credit. So we're doing a null deref. And why is that? Where are we null derefing? Resize event. Gstack widget resize event. Oh shit! I was changing the object layout of the Gstack widget, and it's in libraries now, right? That's why. So the object layout is different, so I have to actually rebuild libGUI as well. All right. Come on now. Join test. So we can see up here that this action is disabled. I guess, hopefully it shows up on the video. It's like grayed out instead of blue with a red cross, a red X. So we can go here, it's not closable. Here, it's blue with a red X. And we switch windows and it becomes grayed out. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's try to actually part from the channel. Oh. And that didn't change anything. I know why. Because we only do this check here when the active widget changes. We don't actually do it when we do the part, because we stay in the same window. So we never get the onActive widget change callback just because we're parting from the channel. So let's see, onActive widget change. We should also do it. Let's see, part handled part action, part channel, and this is where you receive, I guess, IRC client handled. Yes, there's an incoming message. So when the server tells us that we parted, or someone parted, maybe it's us. Let's see, ensure channel handle part. And if it's right, so this is where the IRC channel object gets the part notification, and if the parting nickname is our nickname, then we set open to false, and we clear the list of members of that channel. Then what we should also do here is, let's see, how do we get to the app window? Maybe we can't. Notify nick change. We want to have a callback somehow. Maybe we can on client say did part from channel, or say we can just pass ourselves because we are a channel. Okay, and client. Let's see, do we have any dids? Oh, this will be the first one then. Did part from channel. Okay, and then in IRC client, did part from channel. Then let's see, IRC app window. Part action. So we want to update the part action based on this thing here. So I guess what we really want to do is just actually run this piece of code. So because like if we're parting from a channel that's not the currently visible channel, that doesn't matter. So we should actually run exactly this code. So let's just separate that out into a function. Let's call IRC app window. Update part action enabled state. Or we can just call it update part action, actually. Oops. And yeah, like that. And actually, we can simplify this then, and we'll just say container widget. And now we're receiving this parameter here, and we don't use it, but it doesn't matter. Let's just add this little helper function, update part action, just like that. So we call update part action on active widget change, but we also want to call it when we part from a channel. So I guess on part from channel. We'll do that, or hold on. I'm just thinking how to layer this. So I think the nicest thing is the IRC channel, the IRC channel shouldn't talk to the IRC app window directly, because that's like we're just yanking at different objects across space and time. So the IRC channel tells the IRC client that I did part from this channel, and then the client checks if he has an on part from channel callback, which we will install from IRC app window, and if so, it invokes the thing with the channel. So I think there's a setup client. Yeah, so here's where we do stuff like that. So then here we'll just put something like I'm client on part from channel. Oh wait, what am I doing? This auto channel. I mean, actually, we don't need that either, because all we want to do is just update part action. That's all we care about. So that would be channel like that. I think that's pretty good. Maybe this should be up here with the other ons. But basically, I feel good about that. Okay, so IRC, come here. I got a comment on a video somewhere, someone saying that they recognize the colors for the IRC channel icon, IRC client icon. And yes, you do indeed recognize them. They are intentional colors. Okay, now let's try to part, see if it goes gray. Ooh, it did. Very cool. And let's see who's up in this channel. Oh, look, it's all these people. Very nice. All right. And let's part. And that works. Okay, so I think let's do a second patch review. Now that we've implemented a few more things. So let's see, where is that thing? Because I don't want those two lines here. That looks ugly. There's still the one line. Oh, is it because it was like that before and now I can't get rid of it? No, wait, hold on. It's because it was like that before. I don't want to insert white space unnecessarily and grow my patch here. Okay, so what are we doing? We make a callback on part from channel, then we just update part action in IRC app window. And then in the part from channel action callback, we already looked at this in the previous patch review. And then here we do update part action when the active widget changes in the stack widget as well. And here's the implementation of update part action, where we just grab the active widget, grab the active window rather, and then check if there is an active window and if it is a channel window, and if that channel that it corresponds to is open, then we enable the action, because that means that you can part from that channel. Cool. And then here's just a header thingy for update part action. And here's mclient did part from channel. We invoke that when we are in IRC channel handled part. That means that we got a part message from the server telling us like this nickname has left this channel. So if it's telling us that we have left the channel, that's when we invoke this client callback did part from channel. And here's that callback, and all it does is just check if there's an on part from channel installed, which we do install up in the IRC app window right here. And yeah, invokes that callback. Here's that callback. And here is the notification that we get from IRC channel. So I think I'm just gonna did part from channel. So because we should only ever get this notification from IRC channel, I'm gonna require a badge just to codify that it's not okay for anyone else to call this function. So that was always like something that I disliked about this type of function, but now that we can say this, suddenly it's perfectly clear. Of course, I would also love it if you could do something like public IRC channel or something like that. I don't know. but this works too. Or I've even seen someone suggest something like this somewhere, which I would have also liked, but for now, since the language doesn't do this for us, we do it ourselves. Anyways, and here's the unactive widget change thingy that we did in GStack widget. So let's do that separately. The GUI. Wait, what the hell am I doing here? Oh shit, this is not at all what I wanted to do. RMF. I keep forgetting that I moved the libraries into this directory, into a separate libraries top level directory. So let's see, lib GUI or even GStack widget. Add a optional hook for when the active widget changes. Add a, it doesn't have to, I don't have to say that it's optional. That's fine. And then IRC client. Implement the apart from channel action. Also make sure the action is disabled while we're not in an open channel. A window that corresponds to an open channel. Cool. Very cool. Okay, so I guess we can see it one more time, but basically I think that this is going to be it for today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching and for coming here and hanging out with me. And it's good to be back after the road trip over the weekend. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time.